I didn't realize how many books this was going to be until I put them all in front of me. And then I was like, oh, so you did buy that many books. And I did. Hi everyone, welcome. If you're new here, welcome back. If you've been here before, I'm Sarah and I'm addicted to buying books, honestly. It's an addiction, it's a sickness, and it doesn't stop. It clearly doesn't stop because this is another book haul. Yeah, this time bought 17 books in the time span. I think it was like a week and a half, because my last book haul that I did, which may sound familiar if I say book haul because I've done one not even 2 weeks ago, but I think this is what I bought in around 1.5 weeks, maybe less than that. So I hope you're excited, and let's get into it. I have already read 2 of these books, but the rest are still unread. So those are 15 unread books already, not including the rest of my TBR, honestly. So first book. The first book was a birthday gift from my mother, and I'm very glad that I received this. Already read this also. It's Kingdom of the Feared by Kingdom and Scalco. This is the 3rd and final installment in the Kingdom of the Wicked series, I think it is. I have so much trouble remembering names of series, but I think it's called Kingdom of the Wicked series. Just basically Kingdom of the Wicked, like the first book is called Kingdom of the Wicked. And the second book is Kingdom of the Curse, and this is the 3rd and final book, so it's a trilogy, and this is Kingdom of the Feared. I would say this was not the strongest book in the series. I feel like the strongest book in the series would be Kingdom of the Wicked, but I personally enjoyed Kingdom of the Curse, which is the second book, more. That's just personal preference. Gave this book 4 stars. At some parts I was like, this could be higher than 4 stars, but other parts I was like, this is like a low 4-star, maybe like 3.75 stars. So I ended up rating it a 4-star, and I'm really glad that I read it. I'm honestly very sad that I finished the series, but what you started has to end sometime. So I received 2 books from my mom, and this is the second book. It's a True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren. I'm having trouble like talking today. It's a problem. This is a romance, and it's about 2 people. And one of them starts a reality TV show of sorts, and he asks this woman to be the main lead, to be the main character in that reality TV show. I'm not even sure if it's a reality TV show. I think it's a dating show. Not reality TV, it's dating. It's a dating show. But eventually the producer, which is him and her, spark up something. And it was honestly a good book, but I ended up giving it 3.5 stars because it just didn't hit for me. And that was so sad, but nothing we can do about it. Those were the 2 books that I already read. The rest of them I haven't read. So we're gonna start off with The Friendzone by Abby Jimenez. This is a romance also. Like, I'm a huge romance. I'm a sucker for romance. So this is a romance that deals with some serious subjects too. I love romance where that deals with some things dealt with, like serious subjects. And I'm not gonna tell you what the serious subject is. I guess you'll find out for yourself if you want to find out. But I feel like it's kind of a spoiler. I'm not sure it is because I haven't read it. But I have this feeling. For the rest, I do not know what it's about, but I read Part of Your Role by Abby Jimenez. Absolutely adored it. Like, I loved it. It was so cute, and there were some very wholesome scenes in that, and I'm hoping I can see that in this book too. Then we have Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the premise of the story. Basically, it's about a woman and a guy, and they have met 10 years ago. They had a wild night of passion, and now they decide, okay, so we like each other, but we do not really want to continue this. So we're just gonna meet again 1 year later and see what comes from it. But the girl shows up, guy doesn't show up. 10 years later, a decade later, they find each other again. And this is that story between the 2 of them. So I'm excited. I'm honestly very excited. But I haven't heard very like raving reviews about this book. I've heard that of the debut novel of this author, which is Every Summer After. I think that is her debut novel. But haven't heard good things about this one. So it could be good, but also not be good. But we'll see. This may have been a questionable buy. I'm not sure when I'm going to read it. Someday I will. But I'm not sure how far someday in the future is going to be. It's The Final Empire, Brandon Sanderson. This is going to be my first Brandon Sanderson book if I read it. So, yeah, this is a fantasy. High fantasy. And high fantasy and me just do not cooperate somehow. I'm not sure what it is, how we work, but we just don't. So this is a series also, and I heard people talking very positively about Brandon Sanderson. This book also has a on Goodreads. It has a average rating of around 4.50 stars, which is very, very high. So I do have some hopes for this. It hasn't left me yet, but I'm scared. Bitter Thorn by Kat Dune. This is a gothic story, basically. Sapphic. It's also sapphic, which is good too. I can also tell you a little bit about this premise of this book because I do know what it is about. Kind of. I need to read back first. It's about a witch. She claims a companion from a certain town. Now, this other girl offers herself up to be that companion that the witch takes with her. And I guess that's the witch and the person develop a romance. I'm not sure, honestly, but I feel like it's something like that. And I'm super excited because I have read a similar story to that and I actually really love the concept. So I hope it's going to be good. This book is also a birthday gift because my dear sister gave me this book, which was honestly surprised me. I'm very glad that I got it though because it's Happy Place Family Henry. I'm super happy that I got this, but the thing is, I will not read it right away. I want to wait until I'm on vacation. I'm at the beach. I'm reading this. It's summer vibes. Then I want to read this book. That's basically the only thing I want. I'm not sure I can hold myself to that, honestly. But I'll try. I'll try my best to do that. And so our two exes, they have to go on vacation together, their last vacations together, and things spark up again, I guess. That's all I know. That's all I'm guessing. For the rest, I have no clue about it whatsoever. But I love Emily Henry, so this is going to be good. I just know it. This book is actually damaged. It came in like that. And I'm still mad about it. But I do not want to return it because that means that I'll have to order it again. And I do not want to wait for that. So it's A Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walter. And you cannot really see it, but yeah, when I put like this, you can. This happened to the page. There's like, yeah, you can see a little bit right here. That's sad. This is also a summer book. It's about Meredith, and that's how far I got. The name Meredith. Also a summer book, so also want to read this during the summer. That's all I know about it, that I want to read it during the summer. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Summer reads are most likely always good. So I hope I'm going to enjoy this one. This is also a third in the series. It's A Touch of Malice by Scarlett St. Clair. This is the Hades x Persephone series. And the first book is A Touch of Darkness, second book is A Touch of Ruin. This is A Touch of Malice. I haven't picked up a book by Scarlett St. Clair in a while now. And I think the reason behind it is because I didn't enjoy King of Battle and Blood, which was a disappointment. Because I thought the relationship between those two characters was not really romance, but just fucking, plain up fucking. So I also heard that that is the case when reading this book, that there's just no romance and plain up intercourse happening. So that is why I've put it off. I've put off reading this for so long. I think I've had this on my TBR for like a year now, maybe even longer, but I'm finally going to commit to it, and I'm honestly a little bit excited. In my previous book haul, I talked about a book, Bewitched, by Laura Telesa. I still do not know how to pronounce that name. I bought another book by that author, which is a more popular book. It's Rhapsodic. And this is about a siren. A siren, if you do not know what a siren is, it's basically some kind of mermaid, but instead of a mermaid, it's like out of Greek mythology, I guess. Or out of mythology. And now this siren made a bargain with the bargainer, but now she's in debt. And now she has to pay the debt, I think. Now I have 2 books by this author on my TBR. Still haven't read any of this author before, but I'm excited. Flock by Kate Stewart. Feel like this is going to be plotless. No plot at all. Somehow I'm still excited. Because there's going to be smut in this. I know there's going to be smut in this. Will it be good though? Will it be in detail? That is what I'm questioning right now. This is also a series. This is the first book in a series. I think it's a 3-book series. Not sure though. Maybe there are more books coming out, but as far as I know, there are 3 books. This is the first one. And that's all I know. Once I received this book, I actually figured out that I already read something by this author before, and I didn't really like it. But I have read another book by V.E. Schwab that I didn't like and still gave The Invisible Life of Adeline 5 stars. So maybe this is a really good book. Belladonna by Adeline Grace. This author wrote All the Stars and Teeth, which I gave 3 stars. It's a fantasy book, and I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't like the writing style in particular. It has been a while, so maybe if I read that book now, I would enjoy it. But at the time that I was reading it, I was not really enjoying it. Honestly, should have given it 2.5 stars or something like that. But Belladonna. This is like a beautiful hardcover edition. I'm very glad that I got it in hardcover because it was cheap. It's sometimes the hardcovers are cheaper than the paperbacks, and that was the case with this one. So obviously I bought the hardcover because I love hardcovers. Hardcovers above paperbacks any day. I cannot say anything more about this because I do not know more about this. But I know that's about death, and death is a companion. And I think this girl can talk to death. I have heard people talking about Belladonna, but I didn't look this description up. Some people may say that this was a dumb decision, but I don't care, honestly. Like, I could say that it's a dumb decision, but I bought a whole series, and I already owned the first one, which I showed in my previous book haul. So it's Scarred, Wretched, and Twisted. So this is a Lion King retelling. Wretched is a Wizard of Oz retelling, I think. And Twisted is an Aladdin retelling. And it's all about the villain getting the girl. And that is such an interesting concept. It's an interesting twist to these fairy tales that were previously told to us. So I'm super excited. I'm actually filming a reading vlog right now, reading these books. And it's going well. Like, I'm reading the first book right now, and it's good so far. Like, it's really good so far. So I think I'm really gonna enjoy the series. Guys, everyone. I finally gave myself over to the hype. Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Yeah, I finally did it. I do not own TikTok anymore. I do not own Instagram. Do not own Facebook of any kind. I only own YouTube. So, I have seen this on YouTube. And apparently it's been blowing up all over the place. So I wanted to try it out. I have also heard negative things about this. But all of them were just like, okay, so this is a personal preference. There isn't anything wrong with this book, but I just simply didn't enjoy it myself. So I have really high hopes for this book, and I want to get to it very soon. Also, I love this gold color. Look at that. Look at that. I know this is something with dragons. Love dragons. Love that for you. Love that for me. And it should be good. I know it's going to be good, you know. I have this feeling that it's going to be at least like a 3.5 star read, and 3.5 stars is okay for me too. But I hope it's going to be higher than that. We have already reached the last book. Wow. The Serpent and the Wings of Night. And yeah, that's the name. I heard a lot of people were struggling with this name, and I am too now because I had heard a lot of different pronunciations, a lot of different words and different sentences, but it's Serpent and the Wings of Night. This is actually really stunning. This is a stunning book. I paid a lot of money for it, so it better be worth my money. This is about vampires and competitions. I heard some people say that it was like a little bit like the Hunger Games, but instead it's with vampires. I haven't read the Hunger Games or watched the Hunger Games. That was not part of my childhood, not part of my life right now. I want to read it someday, but not right now. And if this is anything like that, I like the concept of the Hunger Games. So I hope it's going to be good. Serpent and the Wings of Night. There's also romance in this, which is good because I love romance. Those were the books. Okay, so I'm gonna try, okay. to hold them all up, but it's going to be difficult because it's a lot of books, 17 books. So I'm not sure if that's going to work. I'm struggling. Okay. Yes. No. Those were all the books that I needed to haul. That's quite a lot. I hope you enjoyed this video. I need to get to reading, so I guess I'll say goodbye. And I'll read. Next time you see me, I have finished half my physical TBR. That's dramatic, but it's going to be a chunk of it. So I hope you enjoyed. Hope you're going to watch more of me. Hope you're going to enjoy watching more of me. If you did enjoy this video, give it a like and subscribe if you want. And comment down below if you want. And goodbye, and see y'all later. So, out. Bye-bye.